What is going on? It is your boy Aaron. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can profit off of trading Bitcoin on the ByBit platform. Now before we get into this video, I want to let you guys know that one, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying is financial advice. If you want financial advice, speak to someone professional. I'm just showing you guys how I make profit on ByBit so that you guys can hopefully replicate this if you want to and make some profit yourself. Now, what was I going to say? You can use any platform to actually use this method as long as it supports the stochastic RSI indicator. I'll get into what that is in a moment. Please like the video. You guys never like the video. Like the goddamn video. I'll be very happy if you do, okay? Now, before, how to add the indicator. That's what you may be asking on ByBit. Like, this is the indicator at the bottom over here, as you can see. You want to head over to the indicator section up here, type in RSI, and then press the stochastic RSI option. This is the one I'm using. Essentially how you read this is the line tells you how much of Bitcoin's being sold when. We're on the 5-minute chart, so this is in the past 5 minutes. This is updating every 5 minutes in a 5-minute rate at least. So how you read it is if the line is underneath the purple area, which it's getting to now, it means Bitcoin is being undersold, which means it's going to start being sold, in which the price will rise and reach eventually above the purple line or the purple area. This means that Bitcoin is being oversold and it's eventually going to drop back down over here. Then it's to underneath the purple, then it's going to increase and drop again. As you can see in the past, it's increased based on the line, then it's dropped based on the line, then etc. That's how you can kind of predict what's going to happen. Now the line is dropping, so we're going to place a trade. But before we do that, we're going to look at how to set up your order section, okay? Now, first thing you want to do is head over to the top over here, click this button. You want to select isolated. The difference is, in summed up terms, cross, essentially, if you're losing money, it's going to take money out of your wallet to pay for it. Isolated, if you lose any money on your trade, you're only going to lose the money you placed on the trade. That's why we're using isolated. For your leverage, you want to set this to ×8. How leverage works is, let's say you have a ×2 leverage and you only have $10 in your balance. You're going to be able to put up a $20 trade because the leverage essentially is you loaning money from ByBit essentially. So we have a $10 trade, but it's a $20 trade with $10 margin. The margin is essentially the money you put up aside from the leverage. Now, once Bitcoin's price lowers to a certain point in which the margin that you have, which is $10 in this case, will essentially kind of be cancelled. It won't be there anymore, so the trade's going to stop once it's that liquidation price. Usually this liquidation price is a few K above or under, depending on what you're trading, your initial price. Now, long and short are essentially, long means you're betting on the price to increase, short means you're betting on it to decrease. Now, I hope I've summed that up somewhat. If you still don't know how to use the ByBit platform, there's a link in my the description that takes you to another video I made which shows it. Also, the link to the platform is going to be in the description. And yeah, so we're going to wait for this to drop to below the purple, or at least somewhat more below the purple, and then I'll come back to you guys when I'm ready to place the trade. Okay, so as you guys see, it's now below the purple, in which I'm going to place my trade. Hopefully I can before the price goes up. Now, as you can see, I'm setting the price at the current price of Bitcoin, which is 57,236. The quantity, you just want to select an amount. I've currently got, let's see, $104 in my wallet. Now this means I should only, when I press 10%, it should only show up about roughly, let's say, $10 to like $15. Not going to be 15, 10 to like $11, $12. So we're going to press this and it's on 82 because we've got ×8 leverage. This means we're going to borrow money from from what's it called, from ByBit. So we're gonna select this amount. However, I'm gonna use 25% for this trade because I wanna get a larger profit margin since we're doing 5-minute trades. So let's do this very quickly. We're gonna press buy long, and we're going to confirm this. The liquidation price is 51,000. So when Bitcoin reaches 51,000, if it reaches that, which it likely won't, it hasn't hit that today at all. I don't think it's hit that in the past week. I don't believe. That's when we'll lose our money essentially, but we're not. So this put down $206, as you can see, worth of Bitcoin, but we only put up $25 of our own money. Now, based on the graph over here, Bitcoin should be increasing in value, and I'm gonna come back to you guys once that has happened, and I'm gonna show you guys how much profit we've made off this trade, and when we are ready to take out the funds. Yeah. Something cool I like to do when the price does drop more when it's in the bottom area, which can happen if you even put in a trade when the line at the bottom is even a little bit above reaching the absolute bottom of the chart, in which it still might not instantly spike up. It can still reign steady at a certain point. However, now that it's dropped a bit more, it gives me an opportunity to put in more money. So I'm going to put in another 25% in this at the current market price, and I'm going to long this, and this does drag down my liquidation price as well, guys, because when you put in more money, your liquidation price also lowers or increases depending on if you're shorting or longing. Now that we've put in more funds, we did see our what's it called, our profit and loss did decrease because we did put in more funds, so at a lower loss now. But we do have more funds in, so when the price does increase, we will get a bigger return. So I'll come back to you guys with more news on the trade. Okay guys, and I'm just about ready to close my trade. As you can see, it went from the bottom, it started to go up slowly but surely, and we've made 2% profit. Now let's imagine that we put down 1 Bitcoin. Now 1 Bitcoin, 2% profit would be about $1,000 plus, okay guys? So if you put, the more money you put down on this, obviously the more profit you're going to get for smaller profits like this, especially when you're getting 2% profit per trade on these kinds of things. I'm going to pull out my trade now. However, I could keep it in and hope that I make more, but for the purpose of this being a video, I'm not going to, what's it called? I'm not going to, wait it out. Okay. But yeah, obviously the more money you do end up putting into it, the more profit you're going to get from smaller trades like this especially. I'm waiting for this goddamn thing to fucking take out now. Okay, geez. Okay, so yeah, the more money you do put into it, obviously the more money you're going to get out of it, because obviously right now we're doing 5-minute trades. Obviously you can start this on a 30-minute trade, in which, as you can see, the profit margins are going to be a lot higher because you're waiting longer amounts of time, and the charts are looking at longer buy ranges kind of. And obviously I've done day trades in which I place a trade for about, let's say I placed a trade here, I'd actually wait a whole day and the profit would actually increase by a larger amount most of the time, and by a higher amount than on the 5-minute charts, because they're looking at pretty small amounts every now and again. But anyways, that's enough for that, guys. Hopefully you guys did understand a little bit about this, and this did help you guys out. Please let me know if it did. Any questions you have, my Twitter's in the description. Comment section's open. I do reply to comments. And yeah, goodbye, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed.